Hi, this is Alex with Maple Leaf Coffee Roasters in Roselle. I'm here today to talk about a brand new single origin light roast coffee from Ethiopia. Check it out. So Ethiopian coffees are one of the coffees that we always love to find, but we always have trouble trying to find something that really fits the exact outlines of what I, as a roaster, like to sell to my customers. Whenever I do find a good Ethiopian coffee, I generally try to find something that is more on the fruit-forward sort of things. And this is one that I think will satisfy a lot of my customers that really want a fruitier forward coffee, while also trying to straddle a little bit of a line between something that is satisfying to that crowd, but is also welcoming to people who might want to give a shot to a great African flavor profile coffee. So just some basics on this coffee. This is a coffee from Ethiopia, as I said, from the Gr1 region. Happens to be a grade 1 coffee, which in African coffee worlds, generally they rate coffees based on grades from 1 to 4. The lower the number, in this case grade 1, the higher the quality, usually fewer defects. So this happens to be a grade 1 coffee, which means it'll be very clean, consistent in the roasting and the appearance. We'll have a picture of the coffee beans up next to the video here for you to take a look at that as well. This also happens to be a washed coffee. So sometimes the coffee snobs out there, of course, of which I am one, will look at an African coffee, and if it's not a natural process or even a honey process coffee, will sort of turn their noses up at it a little bit because they want to kind of like tweak the coffee a little bit that into a spectrum that sometimes only a natural process will bring to a African coffee. And I think that if you are a person that is a light roast enthusiast that is going to maybe flinch a little bit at this not being a natural process coffee, it's definitely worth a shot at least once. The things that you lose with a washed over a natural process coffee in this coffee specifically is a little bit more of that acidity that sometimes a lot of your really hardcore African coffee drinkers like, but you will not lose some of the exotic fruit-forward kinds of tones that you want to see out of coffees, especially from certain parts of Ethiopia, like the Gr1 region. So I really definitely think that no matter what kind of drinker you are, coffee snob or not, this is a coffee worth trying because it is a very approachable but still exotic and fun African coffee flavor profile to give a shot to. What you get out of this coffee in terms of the flavor profile is a very fruit-forward coffee. It's got a berry, kind of blueberry, raspberry kind of tone to it. Something that you will definitely smell in the aroma of the coffee beans themselves when you open up the bag, but also as you grind this coffee, it's going to be right there on your nose. You're going to get a touch of a floral note too as well. So not going to be as kind of floral heavy as a Guatemalan or other Central American coffee will sometimes be, but you'll get a little bit of that, and it'll be a kind of nice pairing with that more fruit-forward nature. There is a kind of like a sweetness to this that isn't sharp or acidic at all. There's kind of like a mild bit of acidity to it, as most African coffees will have, but it's not super in your face about it either. Kind of a tiny bit of a honey tone to it. So similarities in some ways to a Honduran light roast coffee that we've had on our shelves almost all the time since we've been open. And I just generally like this coffee quite a bit because of that kind of overall fruitiness. African coffees are ones that you can definitely get a good feel for what a fruit-forward coffee flavor will be. And I think this is one that I'm excited for people who are not normally conventionally African coffee roast drinkers or African coffee drinkers for reasons related maybe to the acidity, giving this one a shot and seeing what a fun fruit-forward coffee can be, especially one that is kind of just different and out there, but not in too weird of a way. So we're looking forward to everyone giving this coffee a shot as soon as possible. It's available now in store and on our online store as well. And we hope to catch you back here for another new coffee video. Take care.